ओके।
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
ओके, दिवाली के बाद कर रहे हैं स्ट्रीमिंग अपन। देखते हैं कैसा रिस्पॉन्स आएगा। आना तो अच्छा ही चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर होप्स।
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
ओके, तो आज करा सकते हैं। पहले तो अरे जल्दी 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 बर्फ मारो। इसको बर्फ का पानी पिला दो रे। क्वेस्ट करेंगे बहुत। अनएक्सपेक्टेड गेस्ट डिटेल से देख लेते हैं। स्टोरी क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट करने पड़ेंगे दो। ओके चलो चलते हैं इसका स्टोरी क्वेस्ट पे। टूरिस्ट यही है क्या? यही है, लग तो नहीं रहा मेरे को। ये क्वेस्ट ये फैमिलियर के कंप्लीट फैमिलियर थ्रेड। उसके बाद अपना चैप्टर अनलॉक होगा दी फिनाले, और उसी के साथ अपने करंट आर्क क्वेस्ट हो जाएंगे कंप्लीट।
Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity.
eula कहीं ये नहीं, वो तो हमने कर लिया था।
More speed.
ये वही है जो क्लियर नहीं हुआ था उस दिन। देखते हैं न्यू वालेट क्या बोलेगा अपन को।
Wait, did I hear that right?
That's right.
No, but why? Neverlet, Sabine! Hey there! What are you two talking about? Ugh, Traveler in Paimon, no, this is completely unprecedented.
Thank you for your concern, but... Oh.
So, what?
A Melusine...
And then...
That is all the information.
Huh? I have no idea why. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like...
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood.
न्यू वालेट तो हम हुकुम जमाता रहता है रे भाई।
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to...
I cannot tell. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all.
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark. but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Iudex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Hello, bro.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. The reforms the incident resulted in Carol taking her. All Melusines used to live. I granted. Many common folk believe that some of them, I have nothing. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure.
There's the guards, the Marish.
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine...
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
Okay.
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider, a fish out of water.
क्या रिप्लाई देना चाहिए इस बंदे को?
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation?
पता नहीं आज
Let's team up and round up all the back. Oh, Paimon's starting to get.
I will write my note of... Let us go.
ही लिखी है
We should visit Kiara first and try to get...
ही लिखी है.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective.
Subscriber
Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Ask Kiara about the threatening letter. Kiara को डेंड्रो वाली है शायद कोई. Dendro queen Kiara. Kiara the kitty cat. ये कौन है भाई? ये तो वो कियारा नहीं है जिसको हम जानते हैं।
The weather.
नहीं, ये तो दूसरी कियारा है भाई। कोई
Kiara.
और कियारा है।
Monsieur Neuvillette!
मिस्टर
And
न्यूविलेट।
you are? Oh, I remember.
न्यूविलेट नहीं, ये
You're the traveler.
सरदारी का
Aw, she's adorable.
I heard from Sidine that you
A threatening. The letter fell through the crack, but Sidine told me it was a
Have you run into any...
suspicious-looking people. What counts as suspicious? Ah! Did you think of something?
भाई।
Nope.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you...
I still have the letter with
Let's
me.
see. Found.
Here is the letter which we can't read
Now
because
then,
it's in another
get
language.
lost. If you don't leave the A simple
Someone
threat.
is photographing
Neither
us.
the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything. We can't rule out that possibility.
Let's go
Since you
back.
can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading... Kiara, you should come...
Sure. Wait, no.
But you are being watched.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara. But that's the... Thank you, traveler. Big sis Paimon.
Thank you, big sis Paimon. पाइमोन से ज्यादा बड़ी तो तू लग रही है। ये तो कोई बड़ी बहन लग रही है। वाह भाई वाह।
All right.
We'll take her to a lost place.
Literally.
So, Kiara, how old are you?
ये 50 साल की
Let me
है।
think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Did Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis. Huh. Paimon sees. Hey, traveler, did you hear that?
ये कियारा नाम की लड़की लाई है कपड़ों की शॉप पे। और कोई तो है जो फोटोग्राफिंग कर रहा है।
Strange.
So
Ayla!
let me flee.
Kiara, you're here. Huh?
She is
Wait,
flee.
aren't these two?
Oh, they're the traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
क्या रिप्लाई दिया जाए इस बंदे को? We are
Did you run into
protecting
any
Kiara
trouble?
From what?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around. May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course.
No hazards detected. That was quick. I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that things like
All right. Now that... Hear me out.
Of course.
Please wait a moment while I...
Seems like they get along with... Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching
एक
us?
skip का बटन भी होना चाहिए था इसमें। बड़ा यार है फंडर का look for this suspicious. अरे यहाँ था वो और कहाँ देगा? Okay.
Time to scout.
ये रही ढूंढली
Strange.
केरला।
Why isn't he back yet? Gotcha!
फिनाले में कैट लटाती थी। चल
Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Threat letter? What threat letter?
ओके क्या रिप्लाई
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Nouvelette and request an interview with him.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist, but it's not an easy... So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course,
okay.
I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
बिल्कुल
All right then.
बिल्कुल नहीं बताएंगे हम
What? Someone's targeting a cute little melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Nouvelette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves melazines, so... Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, all right?
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
तो देखते हैं सीन क्या बनता है
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Coran! What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere!
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Nouvelette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happen to have some time at the moment and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Ah, Nervalet sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Nervalet.
ओके न्यू बुलेट को ढूंढना है, वो तो बैठा होगा अपने ऑफिस में।
I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
ओके न्यू बुलेट क्या भाषण देगा भाई ये?
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Clorand. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I have judged over the past decade. I have come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
ये अबाउट क्या पूछा जाए? रिव्यू ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स। बारे में पूछ लेते हैं। ये अगेन क्या था ये, क्या था भाई?
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail. You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
ओके, अब करना क्या है? एक और पूछ लेते हैं इससे.
Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there are so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let us take a break then.
ओके, ले लो भाई ब्रेक, तुम्हारी अदालत है.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Novelette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines. He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like D-Luke. What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tivat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart, the waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid. Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway? Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
हम्म हम्म
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society? Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
पता करो भाई
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer.
ढूंढो भाई
However, they are scattered across all of
किस काम
Tivat.
चलेगा?
Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
कैसे समझेंगे?
Have you made any progress then?
पता नहीं।
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
ओके जश भाई कैसे हो? बढ़िया बढ़िया ब्रो बढ़िया। और बताओ क्या चल रहा है आजकल? मस्त ब्रो। कुछ कर रहे थे यार, जरा था थोड़ा सा बिजी
That's right.
थे।
The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions.
हमने
If there
ध्यान ही नहीं
really
दिया।
were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look!
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
ओके न्यू क्वेस्ट मिल गया है अपन को। यहाँ से बाहर भागने के लिए बोल रहा है एवरेट। थोड़ी सी देर वेट करते हैं अपन। ठीक है बाबूजी।
I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times. I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
ओके तो अपना गेम पे करते हैं फोकस और चलते हैं वेस्ट की तरफ।
I have to keep an eye on the deployment of
काफी
guards
लेट
at
हो
all
गई
times.
है, देखते देखते अपन को अपन का बंदा भी चला गया। यश भाई आए थे और चले गए, अपन के चला गया। ऐसी कैसे हो गई अपन? ओके तो क्या किया जाएगा अब?
The Soul renewed! The Smina di Rasula attacks post-disaster rebuilding! I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Smina di Rasula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, lunar brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
आज की स्ट्रीम चैरिटी स्ट्रीम हुई कोई ऐड
What do you
नहीं आ
think?
रही,
Pretty enthralling, huh?
नहीं आ रही।
The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print up the value for these big... Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying...
Paimon's curious too!
And that's exactly... Oh, this time we'll be...
Then we'll do that. Poison इसको करते हैं